Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, a former Nebraska quarterback is being called a hero after rescuing a family from a burning home. Plus, a local treatment center is raising awareness on gambling addictions and how the holidays can make it worse. But first tonight, court documents reveal new details in Lincoln's latest homicide. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Rod has the night off. Kupo Malaya was killed in a shooting near 20th and Washington Streets early Friday morning here in Lincoln, and those court documents say the shots were fired after a car accident. LPD says Malaya and 23-year-old Carson Rezak, who didn't know each other, were involved in the crash, and that officers found multiple bullet holes in Malaya's Jeep. Rezak was arrested on Saturday and was in court this afternoon. He's being charged with second-degree murder and use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony. Channel 8's Veronica Barreto has more on the efforts of community members to help with funeral expenses for Malaya.
Great guy, would help anybody.
That is how Kupo Malaya's former co-workers at Cycle Works in Lincoln remember him. A native of Zimbabwe, Malaya moved to the U.S. to attend college. In 2011, he and his wife had a daughter.
He always brought his daughter in to work. Man, she was just like him, and he loved her. Absolutely loved his daughter. Always talked about her.
People who knew him say he had a passion for bicycles.
He was so knowledgeable when it came to bikes, you know, especially like fixed geared bikes, single speeds. He really loved that kind of stuff.
Shelby says that she saw him around an hour and a half before the shooting.
It was really random running into him, but he had the biggest smile on his face when he saw me, and of course I did too. Made sure to tell me he loved me and gave me a great big hug before I left.
People back in his home country are mourning the 38-year-old's passing, including its acting president. Multiple news agencies in Africa say Malaya's father was a national hero there. That's one reason Zimbabwe's acting president wants to ensure Malaya's remains are brought back home. We also have a new surveillance video that a viewer shared with us, saying it captured gunshots from that night. You can hear what sounds like a weapon being fired at least 7 times. Channel 8 shared this video with authorities. They're working to talk to the man who sent it.
Again, that was Veronica Barreto reporting for us for our top story tonight. And as of this afternoon, a GoFundMe for Malaya has already raised more than $25,000, topping its original goal of $20,000. In other crime news, a man is behind bars after police say he shot at several homes in Grand Island. It happened early Christmas morning. When officers arrived, they heard multiple gunshots and then saw a woman and a 2-year-old girl running out of a home. Police say that's when Isaac Aragon broke a window and came outside still holding a pistol. He eventually dropped it and was taken into custody. Luckily, no one suffered any major injuries. Aragon faces several charges. Also in Grand Island, a man told police that he feared for his life after his apartment was attacked yesterday. Just after 7 p.m., the victim said Ariel Olivia Garrido began beating on his front door with a machete and yelling. The victim ran to the bathroom and called police. By the time officers arrived, Garrido reportedly smashed the headlights of the victim's car with a metal pipe. Garrido was taken into custody and is facing multiple charges. A former Husker quarterback is being called a hero after he helped save his neighbors from their burning home. The fire happened last night in Gulfport, Mississippi, where Tommy Armstrong Jr.'s mother lives. When Armstrong saw the flames at his neighbor's home, he jumped into action to help save his friends.
I saw a bunch of smoke, so I just started grabbing bricks and throwing it through the window. I realized they were trying to get out of the back right window. So I crawled in there and grabbed her, picked her up and drug her to the window, and we got her out. At the end of the day, I was just trying to find her. It was more just because I've known her since I was a little kid.
Now, everyone inside the home managed to get out safely. Some did have to go to the hospital for medical treatment. According to officials, the house had major damage. They say it was started by an electrical outlet that was overloaded with a space heater. And speaking of fires, USA Today is reporting that we've seen more wildfires this year than in the past 5. It includes several in Nebraska that claimed the lives of at least 3 firefighters in 2022. Also, wildfires in Lancaster County severely injured Brad Elder from Crete, who is still continuing rehabilitation. USA Today says the country has seen just over 65,000 wildfires this year, burning more than 7 million acres. That's higher than the 10-year average of just over 45,000. And now to a follow-up. Over the weekend, extreme weather caused pipelines to break in different parts of our state. We're now learning this also affected people here in Lincoln. That was the case at New Covenant Community Church. A couple of hours before their Christmas Eve service, the church discovered through an alarm that a sprinkler head in the main auditorium had broken because of the cold. Church members say it flooded the auditorium as well as Bible school classrooms. The church was able to have services by moving into a smaller auditorium.
And I happened to walk into our auditorium, which is a big open area, and it felt just like I'd walked into the rainforest at the Henry Dorley Zoo. You could hear water pouring, but I still just wasn't sure. But it felt so humid and damp. And
Pastor Heller says they're grateful for the volunteers who came to the church on Christmas Eve to help make sure they had their service. Well, but after quite a long stretch of very cold days, Rusty, it feels much better today and we're thawing out.
Yeah, strangely enough, we didn't really get out of the 30s all day in the capital city, but it felt so much better, and we weren't alone. A lot of spots, 30s, 40s, and 50s for highs this afternoon. But there's plenty of cloud cover to go around, just kind of some thin clouds, but everybody is seeing a look like this. And this, I just love this this camera this time of day. The South 27th and Yankee Hill Road, Honda of Lincoln cam in Southwest Lincoln just looks gorgeous with that sun going down. But still, it's chilly out there, sure. 36 degrees at Yankee Hill Road, 36 also at the Lincoln Airport, which oddly enough is our average high for this time of year, but you don't have to go too far before you start to see very warm temperatures. 50s in North Platte as well as McCook at 58 degrees. I did see 59 in McCook just a little while ago, so much warmer temperatures out there, and the 24-hour temperature difference is significant, anywhere from 15 to 20 to 31 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. So much warmer, and a little bit of a south wind helping to warm us up at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight won't drop off much. Those overnight lows drop into the lower 30s, and then with a warm start like that, we are going to see temperatures that warm up fairly quickly into the 40s. I think we'll get into the middle 40s by tomorrow afternoon. Plenty of cloud cover, maybe even a little drizzle on and off throughout the day tomorrow, and temperatures continue to be mild for quite a while. We'll take a look at a mild forecast in a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you, Rusty. Almost a month after they suddenly closed, Anytime Fitnesses that are located here in Lincoln are set to reopen by February 1st with new owners. The 3 locations shut down without warning on Black Friday. Customers were given a couple of weeks to transfer to a nearby location or have their memberships canceled. The only other location close to Lincoln is in Hickman. Again, we'll have more on the locations reopening and speak with the new owners tonight at 6 and 10 o'clock. Addictions in any form don't take a break for the holidays. In fact, they can become worse. Channel 8's Danielle Kaiser has more on why a treatment center here in Lincoln is calling awareness to gambling before the year ends.
Mike Andra is a reformed gambling addict after suffering through the habit for nearly 25 years, saying it started when he was just 9 years old.
I remember in high school one time winning several $100s in a poker game at a family reunion, like a Christmas family Christmas, and it was just unbelievable thinking back on it now that I just took that money for my own family, you know.
The highs and the lows of addiction, he said, trailed him until 2020.
I was just exhausted, and I was just done with this life and just done with the lies and the deceit and the financial issues and everything that came from it.
Over the last 2 years, Chandra has spent his time working with Choices in Lincoln, spreading awareness about gambling across the state.
For so many years, it was just considered a behavioral issue without the addictive mindset to it. It's only been in recent history that DSM-5 has actually recognized gambling addiction and problem gambling, disordered gambling as an actual disorder.
He says when it comes to the problem, holidays add to the pressures and trigger many to slip back into old habits.
We have seen an increase. As you're aware, obviously casino gambling is now available in the state, and we are just to put this out there, we are 100% neutral on casino gambling. We have no issues for the people. 80 to 90% of people can gamble responsibly, and we don't want to take that away from anyone. We just want to work with all stakeholders to ensure that everybody is receiving the treatment that they need.
The road to recovery, he says, isn't easy, but the resources are widely available for those seeking help.
And I've thought for 25 years that I would never get to this place, but I can assure everyone that recovery is possible, and that it's not, that there's people out there who care about you and are willing to work with you and help you get through this.
Again, Danielle Kaiser reporting there for us. Still to come on the news tonight, the hits keep on coming for residents in New York as Winter Storm Elliott continues to wreak havoc. We'll have the latest details when we come back.
It's Furniture Row's 4-day New Year's Super Sale.
At least 28 people in New York have already died as a result of Winter Storm Elliott. Now residents in Buffalo are expected to see up to 12 more inches of snow by the end of today. ABC's Alexis Christoforous has more on how everyone is dealing with the storm.
Officials say it's the deadliest blizzard in 50 years. Some found in snowbanks, others in their cars, including Wanda Brown Steele's daughter.
It's so easy to ask yourself, why, God? Why?
Neighbors rushing to help. This group of friends on snowmobiles saving dozens of stranded residents, including Eddie Porter, who was stuck on the road for more than 19 hours.
These guys were helping people, and he said he knew a place he could take us, and he will help us out. I guess God's the angel.
100 military police heading to Buffalo to help manage traffic, where a driving ban remains in effect. Officials begging residents to stay off the roads.
There's a lot of roads that are completely blocked right now that have no access whatsoever. Please, you heard the mayor beg, I'm begging. Stay home.
Emergency crews using forklifts to clear abandoned vehicles. But there are signs of progress. New York's Department of Transportation saying all major highways across western New York, including the New York State Thruway, are now open. The next big challenge for western New York, rising temperatures and potential rain. Erie County officials say they're preparing for possible flooding later in the week as temperatures rise and the snow begins to melt rapidly. Alexis Christoforous, ABC News, New York.
And if you're heading to the airport, be sure to check your flight status first. Southwest has already canceled dozens of flights out of Omaha. Across the country, FlightAware says Southwest has canceled about 60% of today's flights. Yesterday, it canceled about 70%. And reportedly, they will not have available seats for rebooking until after the 31st. Officials say that the challenges brought on by Winter Storm Elliott have overwhelmed workers.
Phone systems that the company uses is just not working. They're just not manned with enough manpower in order to give the scheduling changes to flight attendants.
Due to Southwest's rate of cancellations, the U.S. Department of Transportation says they will be investigating whether the cancellations were uncontrollable and if the airline is complying with its customer service plan.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
So it broke out road conditions, and not because there's a storm out there or it's snowing somewhere. It's just because there's snow on the ground for many of us. And you'll notice there's a few blues out there with a partial covering across some of the roads across Nebraska. Now we're going to see some melting and some warmer days, and then at night the temperatures will drop below the freezing mark, so those could refreeze. So keep in mind, some of these roads may quickly turn into roads that have black ice on them or just slippery in some spots. Just kind of a reminder that it's that time of year that when we start to warm up, it does cool off and gets cold pretty quick out there. Southeast Community College looking at a pretty good sunset going on. 84th and O Street. Southeast Community College is about 37 degrees. 36 East Campus along with the airport. A touch cooler at Yankee Hill Road at 35. Well, 30s and 40s for temperatures. This is pretty good. Our average high this time of year is 36, so that's where we're at right now. It's been a while. I did the math, and we've been at or below or way below average for about almost 2 weeks. So it's nice to see these warmer temperatures come back. 40s just off towards central Nebraska, 51 in North Platte, 58 in McCook, and that's 31 degrees warmer than they were 24 hours ago. 23 degrees warmer in Broken Bow, 22 Holdridge, 16 degrees warmer in Lincoln, and all of us really 10, 20, almost 30 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. Yay. Wind speed is out of the south. That's part of the reason we're warming up. A south wind helps this time of year. A north wind will cool us down very, very quickly. So out of the south at 10 to 15 or 16 miles per hour. We've got mostly cloudy skies, maybe a few raindrops in parts of the panhandle. That's likely not getting to the ground, but Stormcast picking up on it, which is kind of impressive. Clouds going to increase as we head through the overnight into early on Wednesday. Not a whole lot going on Wednesday. We could see a little patchy drizzle in some spots, otherwise just mostly cloudy skies. Notice the clouds continue to fill in as we head through Wednesday night. Now let's fast forward to past Wednesday night into Thursday, and we've got a chance for some rain and snow. This is model number 1. I'm going to show you model number 2 here in just a second, but rain changing to snow. And this model is kind of gung-ho on all this, saying, yeah, pretty good chance of snow, maybe mixing with some rain as we head through Thursday night. And then it gets on out of here by late Thursday into early Friday morning. How about model number 2? Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. And meteorologists love it when this happens. It means one model says a lot is going to happen, another model says absolutely nothing, and we're stuck here going, well, All right, I guess we'll go look at a couple of different models. There's a slight chance for some snow to the west, a chance for some light rain to the east. That's about all we have for you right now. Tonight, temperatures very mild, upper 20s to around 30 degrees. Clouds on the increase. That is warmer than we're supposed to be this time of year, 28 degrees. A south wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour continues tomorrow, 44 degrees, mostly cloudy, a little patchy drizzle in some spots, but that's above average. 36 degrees is where we're supposed to be. South wind helping to warm us up. Then as we head through Thursday, there's that rain mix chance Thursday afternoon into the evening hours. A little cooler because of that, 42 degrees, then back into the middle and upper 40s by Friday. Last day of 2022, 45 degrees. First day of 2023, about the same, 43 degrees. And that little rain snow mix possible as we head towards the first day of the year. And then as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we continue with the lower and middle 40s. So a long stretch here of temperatures above average and just a couple of chances here and there for some precipitation.
Yeah, much more mild looking 10-day forecast. It's too bad though that didn't happen around the holidays when so many people were traveling.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Win some, lose some.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Rusty. Well, hey, if you're feeling lucky, how about a mega big lottery prize to round out your year with? The Mega Millions jackpot has rolled over again after no one came up a winner for the game's top prize. The next drawing is tonight at 10 o'clock. The jackpot is now an estimated $565 million, making it the 6th largest prize in Mega Millions history. Now, your odds to win the whole thing remain rough, about 1 in more than 302 million. And a split day on Wall Street today, the Dow gaining 38 points while the Nasdaq lost about 145. S&P also falling 16. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source. Mountain miracle, as a handful of skiers who were feared missing after an avalanche were all found alive. Jeremy Roth has tonight's Take a Look at This.
In what's being dubbed as a Christmas miracle, 10 skiers have been found alive after a massive avalanche enveloped them on a snowy mountain in Austria on Christmas Day.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Video was captured by skiers from a vantage point above the surreal incident, which swallowed up the downhill skiers.
Yo, we gotta go check on those people.
Rescuers initially feared the people were missing, but later reported that all 10 were found alive. 4 skiers were injured and were taken to local medical facilities. A pair of kayakers played a crucial role in saving a pilot's life after his single-engine plane crashed into a frozen Maryland creek. As the icy water swallowed the plane, the pilot scurried out and held on to the wing. That's when authorities say the 2 quick-thinking kayakers, a former U.S. Navy captain and his son, sprang into action.
The fact that these 2 individuals were able to recognize what happened and got into their kayaks and went out there absolutely probably saved his life.
Okay, how about something a little less intense? Like maybe watching rescue dogs get the pick of the litter from a makeshift Santa sleigh loaded with doggy toys. Yeah, that'll do nicely. The dogs, who are homeless, have had it, well, rough. So the fine folks at the Best Friends Animal Society decided to throw them a bone, organizing this Christmas Day event in Utah that was downright decent and doggone adorable. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Finally tonight, have you ever had a dance battle with your teacher? Well, these students challenged theirs to a dance-off between exams on December 23rd, and it sent them all screaming. The students went straight into attack mode, but their teacher, Yolanda, brought her A game. Look at her go. Assistant principal filmed the moment, and the video quickly went viral. Hey, I think the teacher won there. Look at her. That's awesome. Rusty, can we have one final check of the weather?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not going to dance.
I won't challenge you. I don't have the moves.
Appreciate that. Temperatures are going to be in the 40s for the next several days. 44 cloudy, maybe a little patchy drizzle on Wednesday. Light rain possible Thursday evening, and then Friday. Not bad.
Thanks, Rusty, and thank you all for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you at 6 o'clock.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
The spas are here. Truckloads of spas arriving weekly.
Hurry in today.
These spas are going fast. Spas are in stock and ready for immediate delivery.
Supreme Spa and Pool.
Closed captioning